Welcome back to another great episode of Grow Through Positivity. I'm excited to have Jonathan on. I have to share with the audience that I met Jonathan through a mutual friend, and with the power of Zoom and virtual meetings, we've got to know each other. And I'm excited to bring Jonathan on to share a little bit of his past, but mostly about his future. What is in plan to bring to the Jewish uh, circles in regards to a peer-to-peer in the non-for-profit space. So with that, Jonathan, I'll let you take it away and share a little bit about your past and what it is that we're looking to build out here.
Sure. Thank you, Elliot. Delighted to be here with you. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than talking with you on LinkedIn right now. I am a business and life coach. I normally work with entrepreneurial leaders. I've been an entrepreneur myself since I was 24 years old. My business that I spent most of that time with was called Kidorable. If you've ever seen umbrellas and rain boots that look like frogs and ladybugs and stuff like that, that was us. But as an entrepreneur or as any kind of leader, most of us know that it gets lonely at the top because we can't talk about the pressures and the challenges that we have with our staff, with our investors or donors. We often can't talk about these things with our neighbors because they just don't get it. So in 1999, when I was 26 years old, I joined the Entrepreneurs Organization. And for the last 26 years, I have been in a forum. And I love forum. Forums are groups of usually 6 to 12 people, non-competitive, who get together to talk about their challenges. It's a place, a trusted, safe space where we could just be our unvarnished selves, that we could talk without filters and get peer experience for all these common challenges that we have with our forum members, but that most of the people we know just don't get or understand.
Yeah, so tell us from that experience, and I know that you're embarking in a new journey, forming a group specifically around non-for-profit Jewish organizations. Tell
Yes,
the audience a little bit about that. Where did that motivation come from, and where did you feel the need to, you know,
sure.
be
So
the
first of all,
creative one? I'm going to say because as far as I know, there is none out there right now. So
yeah. So first, just from my own experience, I love forum. These people are my best friends. They're the first people I go to when I have a thorny question that resists solution. They're the first people I go to with a simple question, like, can anyone recommend a new IT consultant or something like that? Over the years, my time in forum, it's made me a better business person, a better coach, a better husband, a better father, just a better human being. These are the people you could call at 3 a.m, ask them to bring a shovel, and they come, no questions asked. I have founded 4 forums in the past because anytime that I have a challenge where I know that I just can't ask my friends, or I just can't ask my peers, I form a forum. When my son was 13, I'm sorry, when my son was 3 years old, I started a parenting forum of intentional, like-minded parents who just wanted to be more aware of the choices that we made as parents. When I first became a coach, I started a coaches forum of just people I wanted to learn from and be inspired by. And a couple of years ago, ever since October 7th, 2023, leaders of Jewish nonprofits have just had unprecedented challenges. I have a client who is a progressive, very much a man of the left. And in this last 2 years, he's lost all of his friends, all these people who he thought he had common cause with. All of a sudden, he's in this oppressor class and he feels so excluded. He feels so misunderstood by them. I have another client who is a fundraiser for Technion University in Canada. Like, what could be less controversial than that? Like funding life-changing biomedical breakthroughs. And still, the environment has never been more challenging. As business people, you and I know that we have all these groups. We have EO and YPO and Vistage and Flourish advisory boards, like all these groups that support business people to go through all these problems, all these challenges that we can't share with our neighbors. But leaders of Jewish nonprofits, they tend to be on their own. There's no one that they could share these things with. And I started the Jewish Nonprofit Leaders Forum to bring together these people for a peer-to-peer experience where they can meet people who have the same experience, the same challenges they do, share their challenges, and not have to worry about getting advice, not having to be worried about told what to do, but with full confidentiality, share what their challenges are and get experience from another 6 to 8, 10 really smart people who are dealing with the same exact stuff.
Yeah, I can relate to what you're saying because out of the need, I also created my own little forum for a short while, and then it went in a different direction. A lot of people chose to go to one-on-one coaching, but they learned a lot from it.
Yeah,
And I want you to share a little bit more of when in a business time is the right time for someone to join a forum. You
yeah.
know,
So the time to join a forum is when you feel like you don't have all the resources, all the relationships that you need to solve all the challenges that you have. Um, for people who are listening to this who are in business, you're probably very familiar with forum. If you're not a business leader, you might not have heard of it before. You might not know what it is. Foreign relationships are different than what you experience with your friends and colleagues. The first rule of forum is that everything that you say is confidential. The forum is a safe, trusted space that you know that what you share is not going to be, it's not going to be told to anyone else. So it allows for a deep level of vulnerable sharing. Another essential rule of forum is that we only offer experience. We don't offer advice. And if you have some challenge and you come to me with it, and I say, Ellie, let me tell you what to do, and I tell you do X, Y, and Z, and you do X, Y, and Z, and it blows up in your face, well, then you're gonna blame me, like Jonathan, why did you ruin my life? And similarly, if you come to me and you ask me, like, well, what should I do? And I say, oh, Ellie, you should do X, Y, and Z, and you don't do it, then I think, well, Ellie, why did you waste my time? But with Forum, we outline a challenge, and then everyone in the group shares experience. Here's what I did when I experienced this thing. And then it's up to the presenter to have full agency to make their own decisions. There's no room for misunderstandings. There's no room for resentments and that sort of thing. We only offer experience. We don't offer advice. We have an expectation of full transparency. We focus on what's truly important. No trivialities. This isn't a place for gossip. This isn't a place for sugarcoating. No posturing. Just deep, vulnerable conversations for things that matter most. It's a safe, supportive environment. And unless it's actually directly related to the mission of what your nonprofit is, there's no politics. This is just where we come together as fellow leaders who want to do what's best for our communities.
how often do these members get together?
Yeah, the forum meeting is modeled on just the tried and true methods used by business groups like EO and YPO. We meet once a month for 3.5 hours. The first hour is all about relationship building. We in community, we talk about what were the most important things that happened since the last time we met. What are our biggest challenges? What are we most excited about? What are we dreading? And then there are 2 hour-long presentations, peer-led presentations on the issues that matter most. As the professional moderator of the group, I coach all of the presentations to make sure that both the presenter and the rest of the group get the most out of it. Almost no matter what you're dealing with, everyone else in the group, they either have already dealt with that thing, they're currently dealing with that thing, or they're going to deal with that thing. So every presentation has a really big takeaway. And as desired by the group, in addition to the peer-led presentations, there's also the opportunity to bring in outside experts, such as yourself, to talk about things like you told. Actually, tell the audience more about your idea, if you don't mind, about grant matching.
Yeah. So something that I'm deeply passionate about, and starting my own non-for-profit, I thought there was a huge gap in the market space in regards to matching grants that are available and funds from foundations that are very specific to a non-for-profit, to their mission, to their cause, to their purpose. And when I shared it with Jonathan, he was excited about it. And that's something that I'm going to revisit to put together the resources and the platform and simplify that process so that non-for-profits have a simpler way of how to be able to go about recognizing who are those foundations that are eager to share their wealth with specific non-for-profits that are very passionate about their cause.
Yeah, brilliant. So again, for each month, there'll be 2 presentations. Most of these will be peer led, and depending on the appetite of the group, we would bring in outside experts such as yourself, or I would deliver trainings on just how to run a more effective organization. Things like 5 dysfunctions of a team, Dave Allen's getting things done, the things that help organizations be most effective, especially in today's challenging environment.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome. And I'll tell you, what I realized that, I facilitated a peer-to-peer for 8 months, 2 different classes. And I think the biggest takeaway was that people got a sense of normality. They were in a room with others that had similar challenges, like you said earlier. Either they went through that or they're currently going through that. So just to feel heard and understood, and that they're in business and this is normal challenges that every business owner has. That's one area that I felt that they really, really got value out of it by feeling validated,
Yeah.
heard and understood. But the other area that I want to share with you is that it took them to a place, like you said it before, and I just want to reiterate that point, where they learn about what we call the unknown unknowns, what they don't know yet. And that's really, really valuable for a peer-to-peer group because it's entrepreneurs, driven individuals. And sometimes you get very, very stuck in your own way or very involved in a very specific project. And here you are every month getting around the table with other like-minded people that share their experiences. And it takes you to a place of going to the unknown unknowns a lot faster.
Yeah, a great
Just
forum.
get further faster.
A great forum helps you find your blind spots.
Yes, exactly. So with that, I hope the audience enjoyed this conversation around peer-to-peer form, learning from others, getting vulnerable, building those muscles that it takes in regards to running a organization of a non-profit or a for-profit. Jonathan, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your passion and your commitment to sharing this opportunity with the world. I wish you the best and the most success. For those that would like to join Jonathan's peer-to-peer, please make sure to reach out to him right here on LinkedIn. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you for doing what you do, Ellie. I appreciate you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.